Hello aspirants, welcome back to the fascinating world of anthropology. So friends, in today's discussion, let us start a new series that is key concepts of anthropology. So friends, there are certain hotspot areas which are very much important for covering in anthropology. So let's try to cover the most important concepts that are nothing but the key concepts in anthropology from today onwards. So friends, daily on alternative days like on Monday and on Wednesday as well as on Friday, I'll meet you with the concepts of anthropology. So let's meet on live sessions every alternative days on YouTube live. So that's one thing. So friends, today let us try to begin with one another important concept in anthropology, that is the concept of Kula Ring or the Kula exchange system from economic anthropology point of view. So friends, myself, Dr. Suresh Guramkunda, and I am the faculty of anthropology at SRIRAM's IAS. So on this note, I welcome you all to this live session so that we can just have an interactive discussion. So wherever you find or wherever you have any doubts, you can just comment in the comment section or live chat section so that I'll address all your doubts. So on this note, let's begin today's discussion, that is the Kula Ring concept. So friends, it was exactly around 100 years ago. So Malinowski, one of the pioneering anthropologists in anthropology, so he had conducted a voyage to the Trobriand Islands of Papua New Guinea. So there he found one important system. So that system is nothing but the Kula Ring system or Kula exchange system. So it was not for the purpose of gaining money, or it was not for the purpose of kind of with a motive of earning profit, but it was with a perfect thing like they wanted to just conduct it on cultural basis. So that was one thing. So from today's video point of view, let us try to understand that. So Malinowski, when he had a visit towards the Trobriand Islanders 100 years ago, so he portrayed whatever he observed amongst the Trobriand Islanders in his book, The Argonauts of Western Pacific Ocean. So The Argonauts of Western Pacific Ocean was an influential and one of the renowned book that has been written by Malinowski. Are you getting that? So from that perspective, so the concept of Kula Ring or the Kula exchange has been beautifully portrayed in this particular book. So let us try to delve more into the concept and let us try to understand what is Kula Ring and then what are the various aspects that are there with respect to the Kula Ring concept. So dear friends, first and foremost, if you see what is Kula Ring, so if you talk from the perspective of the angle what, so the Kula Ring or the Kula exchange, it is nothing but it's a complex system of ceremonial exchange among the Melanesian people. So Melanesia is one of the group of islands in the Western Pacific Ocean region. So there we can see a peculiar and complex system of ceremonial exchange. So that's the basic thing. So what do you mean by exchange? When you say from the perspective of exchange, so exchange is nothing but any act which involves giving something and taking something. So that's nothing but exchange. So in exchange also we have different types in economic anthropology. So there one of such type of exchange is nothing but reciprocity. So what do you mean by reciprocity? Reciprocity refers to exchange of goods and services without having any medium of exchange. So when you try to exchange goods for the goods, it's known as barter exchange. Are you getting that? So when you try to exchange goods for the goods or services for the services without having any medium of exchange like money, so then that is known as reciprocity. So Kula exchange or Kula Ring is also a type of an example, that is a classic example for reciprocity. Are you getting that? So this is one thing that you have to remember. So here when we are talking from the perspective of Kula Ring, so it is not performed for the purpose of making profit. Rather, it is performed with a cultural significance to maintain a systematic social structure in Melanesia. So that is key thing that we have to remember. So from that perspective, we also have to understand what is the cultural relevance of Kula Ring concept. So that is one another important aspect that we have to learn. So try to understand this concept very clearly, because this concept could be asked in the coming up examination, because it has completed around almost 100 years of its conceptualization. So that's the significance of this particular topic. So now, after understanding basically what is Kula Ring, now let us try to see what are the other aspects, like this particular thing. When you talk from the perspective of Kula exchange, so we have understood that it's a form of exchange and it's a type of reciprocity type of exchange. So now let's try to have concept in glance. So what are the various things or aspects that are there with respect to the Kula Ring? So when you see that, so if you see what type of exchange it is, it's nothing but it's a type of ceremonial exchange system. So ceremonial exchange system means what? During certain situations, during certain ceremonies, during certain rituals. So usually people will exchange certain goods and services. So it's a classic example of reciprocity, and even among the reciprocity, it is, in fact, it is a perfect example for the ceremonial exchange system. So this thing also you have to remember, right? Then if you see in which region of the world it is practiced, so usually it is practiced among the Melanesia, particularly by, it has been observed in Trobriand Islands, so by Malinowski. So you can also see the key anthropologist involved. So key anthropologist was Bronislaw Malinowski. So remember this fact also. Then if you see what happens in this, so usually it is a type of typical ritualistic exchange of some ritualistic goods. So you can see ritual items that are exchanged in this process are nothing but, one is solva and other one is mauli. So what do you mean by solva? Solva is nothing but it's a necklace. It's a red shelled necklace, and mauli is nothing but it's white shelled armbands. So you can see mauli here. So they'll be like this. So they are nothing but they are white shelled armbands, so which we used to wear to the arms. So they are nothing but the mauli. So you can see this. So this was a typical collection, and the photograph that has been made by Malinowski 100 years ago. So can you able to see that? So this is an image which has been kept, and which has been kept in the museum. So it's a photograph collected from the British Museum. So that's how. So mauli is nothing but it's a white colored armbands. So that is one thing. So then other object is nothing but solva. So can you able to recollect solva? So solva is nothing but it's a red shelled necklace. So can you see here red shells are there? So these red shells, so this red shelled necklace is known as solva. It's a typical, and it's a kind of a typical photograph that we have got it from the British Museum again. So these are nothing but the ritual objects that are being exchanged during the process of Kula exchange. Are you getting that? So that's one thing. So then if you see other aspects, so how these objects, we are saying that they are exchanged. So usually these objects will be exchanged from one island to the another island by the representative, in between the representatives of different islands. And particularly there is a typical movement of these particular ritual items. So where solva, so that is red shelled necklace, it will always be moved or handed over in clockwise direction. And mauli is nothing but the white armband. It will be transported in the anti-clockwise direction. So this would be the direction of the movement of different ritual items. So you have to remember this. So when we see from the perspective of this, so just have a glance of it. So it is the typical representation of the Kula Ring concept. So where you can see that solva will be there and mauli will be there. So solva is nothing but it's the white shelled armband, whereas the mauli is solva is nothing but it's the red shelled necklace. So always red shell necklace will move in clockwise direction, and always the Mauli, that is the white armband, it will move in the anti-clockwise direction. So this is the direction of movement. So why there is particular kind of system? So as I have already said that it's a type of reciprocity. So they will do this for strengthening their social ties. They will do this for the purpose of cultural preservation. They will do this for having traditional continuity. They will do this to gain social prestige and social status. So these are ritual objects. Whoever possess these particular objects, so they will have a type of typical and special recognition in this society. So that is the cultural relevance. So here you can see different villages, like you can see like Woodlark Island is one island, Woodstock Island is one another island. You can see like Dobu Island or like a Chudmau Island. So there are different islands. So there are around 82 islands, amongst which the practice of exchange of these particular ritual items takes place. Are you able to follow that? So to just make you clear and to represent it in still simplified fashion, you can see the direction of the movement of objects in this picture also. So remember, so where you can see here, can you see the Woodlark? Can you see the Woodlark Islands here? And can you see the Trobriand Islands here? And then can you see D'Entrecasteaux Islands here? And here you can see Mishima Islands. So when we talk from the perspective of these things, so usually, so these ritual objects like Soluva is the red-shelled necklace. So it always moves in this direction, that is the clockwise direction. So if assume that the Soluva is with the representative of the Woodlark Island person, so then like he will pass on the Soluva to the next island which is there immediate in the clockwise direction. Let's say for example, so immediately we have Mishima Island. So he will pass it on to the representative of Mishima Islands. Are you getting that? And then this Mishima Island in the next visit, so Mishima Island representative, he will pass that Soluva to the D'Entrecasteaux archipelago representative. Then again from the next visit, in the later visit, so he will pass on it to the Trobriand Island representative. So in this direction, so the movement of the Soluva will takes place. So that is clockwise direction. Is that it clear? And now in the same way, what happens with respect to Mauli? So now you look at the Mauli, it's the white armband. So it will move always in anti-clockwise direction. So here assume that if this Mauli is with the Trobriand Islander person, so then from Trobriand Islander it will move in anti-clockwise direction and it will be received by the D'Entrecasteaux Island representative. So this is one another thing. So from here it moves on like this. So this is the direction of the movement of these ritual objects. I hope you could able to catch it. So this is the significance. So as this concept, as this exchange of the ritual objects is occurring in a closed circuit, so we are calling this particular system as Kula Ring. Are you able to follow this? So Kula Ring. So why we are calling it as a Kula Ring? Because the exchange of the goods is occurring in a closed circuit of the ring. So that's how, and that's why we are calling it as Kula Ring. So that's the significance of it. So here this is nothing but the direction of the movement of the ritual object. So now you recollect that, remember that Soluva always moves in clockwise direction from one island to another island. So Mauli always moves in anti-clockwise direction from one island to another island. So this is significant aspect that you have to remember. So then what is the purpose of exchange? So why they are exchanging? So try to understand this also. So my dear friends, so why and what is the purpose of exchange means? The purpose is to build the alliances and to elevate the prestige in the society as well as to gain trust in the society. So these are the purposes, and it is not the purpose of doing trade. So in fact, what happens there means, so actually this also acts as an element of social cohesion, so which can bind the people belonging to different islands. So Melanesia is a group of islands. Do you agree with that? So there we can have hundreds of the islands. So all those islands are usually, they are small and bare, rocky in nature. So they cannot produce all types of goods in small islands. So there what they have done, so they have distributed different type of works with different islands. So at a particular time what they will do, so just have a look at here. So at a particular time, so they will try to travel to a place, common place, and at a common place they will distribute various goods. Let's say for example, the Mishima Island person is good in making crafts. So he'll bring craft items to the place. And then let's assume Woodlark Island persons or Woodlark Island people, they are good in rearing pigs. So they will bring such kind of material, pigs to the place. And then assume like the Anthropology Island people, they are very good in making pots or pottery. So they will bring pots to the meeting. So at one place they will meet and they will try to exchange the goods like that, because their geographical as well as psychological conditions will not support them to produce everything like food grains and everything, because the soil is not fertile. So that's why food grain production will be very less there. So that is one thing. So in such a fashion, they will travel a long ways. So they will go for a voyage and they will meet at one particular common place, and at that common place they will try to distribute and they will try to exchange these goods. So like that, during the same process they will also exchange these Sulua as well as Maoli. So that's the purpose. They will meet, and as they will go for long voyages, so this system is also nothing but Oyegua gift exchange. Oyegua gift exchange means this gift exchange has been done after traveling through long voyages. So that is one thing. So we have to remember. So then if you see, as I've already said you, it serves as a symbol of cultural preservation, and it also signifies social relations, and it also elevates and gives social prestige. So they are all nothing but some of the important aspects related to this particular concept. So this is the Kula exchange system or the Kula ring concept. So friends, this concept is very important from anthropology point of view. So as we can understand this from the perspective of the economic anthropology. So in economic anthropology, we have one important concept that is known as the principles governing the production, distribution and exchange. So amongst that, exchange is one important topic. Among exchange, we have different types. So one is reciprocity. Among reciprocity, we have different types of exchanges like gift exchange, so and ceremonial exchange. So there the concept is relevant. So that's all for today from my side. So friends, we'll meet in another important discussion in another video. So till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you all for watching this video, and try to interact with me in main course of time. So that's all for the day. Thank you all.